show. Today we have a pretty interesting show. We're going to be talking about conspiracy theories for the majority of the show. But first, of course, we have to cover this week on campus and the weather. So this week on campus, it's already Thursday, so we're pretty much through. The only thing that's really going on now is baseball and softball games, and then yoga with Emily on Sunday. In the Lions Center, of course, go out and support the baseball and softball team. They need all of our support that they can get, so make sure you guys go out to that. Last night, as we had talked about previously, was the graduate forum with the Psych Club, so it was a pretty good turnout, wasn't it? Yeah, we have some interviews and some footage of the graduate forum. We're going to have that coming up, probably the next episode for you guys to see. So yeah, that turned out pretty well. Dr. Duda gave a really good speech. My mom was part of it, so she was there telling me about it. And then coming up is Rio's Got Talent. So everybody make sure that you get your acts together and come out to that. Rio's Got Talent is always one of the funniest things that happens on campus. So yeah, make sure you guys come out for that. What was the funniest thing that you remember from Rio's Got Talent?
Let me see. I think it was when Brooklyn and...
That's what I said last show. I was like, it had to be Brooklyn and Chelsea because they
Brooklyn
were
and
so
Chelsea,
funny.
Yeah, they came up with their Rap Had Toast
in one
together.
day.
Yeah, like they all did it in like
right,
hours.
and they got up there and they killed it.
They did. They had the whole crowd. I said crowd hype. I said they had the whole crowd hype.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Stanley always performs. Abe always performs. Who else is usually in it? Emma.
Emma always sings.
Yeah, she had been singing lately. She's doing really good. I can't remember any of the others that are like regulars, but you don't have to be a regular. You guys can be new to go ahead and join in on that. So yeah, that's Tuesday, March 20th. You guys have to turn the forms in this Friday, I believe. So yeah, by 5. So make sure you guys get it together. They always accept late people too, so don't be too pressed about the due date or anything on that. So yeah, and then the weather. The weather, it's a little bit better today than it has been, but how's that hanging?
Yeah, so today, it's going to be sunny all day today, it looks like. Yeah, high 51s, low 38. Friday, we have 46 and sunny. Saturday, looks like it's going to snow and be 45. Sunday, sunny 55. Monday and Tuesday is going to be rainy. Wednesday and Thursday, snow, low 44. And Friday and Saturday, it's going to be cloudy with the chance of rain.
Oh, I see snow later on. I am tired of it. I'm tired of the snow, absolutely.
I just got over a cold. I'm still kind of stuffed up a little bit, but I just got over a cold. This weather, consistent weather change, it's not where it's at.
I was worried. I was coughing so much this morning. We're up early too. We were up. Yeah. We were up very late doing homework.
Oh, and if you guys have a hard time sleeping, you should try Sleepy Milk.
Sleepy Milk is my mom's specialty. Shout out to Jenny.
Yes, it's regular milk, or almond milk, 2% milk, whatever type of milk you use. Yeah, I drink the 2% milk. And about a teaspoon of honey, 2 shots of Save Valena, because I don't say Valena right.
Vanilla. She can't say vanilla.
2 shots of Valena. What else? Oh, cinnamon. And that's it. Oh, you have to warm it up. Warm up the milk
for
just for
like
a minute, just so it's warm, not hot or nothing. Just it's warm, and it's so good. And I like all the ingredients in it. It helps. Like they say, it helps you sleep at night. Like helps.
We were out. We drank some Sleepy Milk around like.
We were out. Then I took my NyQuil for my sickness. I didn't think I was gonna be here on the show this morning.
I didn't think I was gonna wake up in the morning.
Really?
This show was not gonna happen. We were gonna stay in bed. I think everybody felt that way. But it has been, if you guys watched Tuesday episode, it has been an improvement. We're getting some more energy back in us.
Yeah.
Than Tuesday, versus here. Now she's not sick anymore. Yeah, it's been a struggle. I'm sure everyone's experiencing it. And then also, you guys don't forget, now that we're back from spring break, it's the final run in the semester. So you need to, if you haven't been
out strong.
Yeah, and if you haven't been doing well in the first half of the semester, you can still pull through. Your professors will work with you a lot, and just finish it out strong. We're almost done. We're almost there. Finish it out strong. Yeah. So, where are we? Summer is coming up. If you guys take summer classes, I'll be here throughout the summer. The show won't be, but I will be. You don't take summer classes, do you?
Yeah, I was thinking about it last year, taking summer classes. So like this semester, like last semesters, I would have been took those classes in the summer, but like with my scholarship and stuff like that, like I was just gonna have to be like paying for those classes.
Yeah.
Like it was like my scholarship wasn't included for the summer classes.
I wanted to do summer classes because just to
get done early.
Get done early, yeah, because with the communications major, they had been adding and subtracting all this and that for my major, and I had to take 21, 22 credit hours a semester, which is a lot, and then I have to do that every semester to graduate on time, because when you graduate on time, I don't want to stay longer than we need to. Yeah. Well, today on the show, we are going to be discussing conspiracy theories. The majority of my life is spent like watching YouTube videos. And conspiracy theories are huge on there. So I have seen just about all of them. I've watched conspiracy theories with you, right?
Yeah, we watched the one about the girl getting killed. I don't remember, but it was like all about murders.
Oh, those were. I watch murder mysteries too. No, the craziest murder mystery one was
when the girl was found on top of like
in the water chamber.
Water chamber.
That had to do. I wish that I could remember her name, but it's a hotel out in.
It was a hotel.
Yeah, it's a hotel out in Los Angeles, and they were known for like having like demonic activity and this and that. But this woman, there was a video recording of her. She was like in her in the elevator in there, and you could see her just looking back and forth trying to come into the elevator, and she was looking for something or someone, but she wasn't finding them, I guess. And you see her get into the elevator, she presses a bunch of buttons, just really like incompetent like as to what she's doing. You can't really understand why she's doing what she's doing, and that just kind of goes on. She's doing a bunch of weird stuff, looking for people that aren't there, waiting for something that's kind of like not happening. And then a day or two, maybe a week later, they find her in the water tank up above the hotel, which is nearly impossible for somebody to get in by themselves. But there was no sign of like breaking into there. Like it was just like a mystery, obviously a murder mystery.
That's like the one now where the girl was found in the hotel, like in a freezer.
Oh, that was a whole thing.
I forgot her name. Beyond like African American, I forgot her name.
I do too, but that was crazy too. And that hotel had been known for like harvesting organs. And that was what they all said.
And they try to say she did it herself, like she was.
And they didn't release they didn't release all the footage.
They edited the footage out at first.
It's crazy. Everything's crazy. But yeah, with the woman that was in the water tank, she was in there for a long time, and the water from her dead body had been running through the hotel for this whole like time. Like the people that were drinking the water, taking showers, like the whole 9 yards. It was from her dead body. That's crazy. And they never figured out anything about the situation. Like what I would hate. And you know she was doing something like.
Right.
Some people say she was. I'm full of conspiracy theories. I'm gonna talk this whole video. Some people say that she was playing this thing called the elevator game, which people like play that in hotels. I don't believe in it, but the theory.
I've never even heard of the elevator game.
Okay, so the theory is that like you get in the elevator, there's like a very specific list of rules that you do. Somebody at some point after you do a bunch of stuff is supposed to come into the elevator. You don't look at them, and then they get out, and then in theory you're supposed to be transported into like another dimension. It's like a game that these theorists love to play because they made it up. But a lot of people say that she was playing that, which that's crazy to think about because she ended up dead.
Exactly.
I would hate to die and not have an answer to my death.
Yeah.
Like have it end like that.
Exactly.
That would be so crazy.
That's weird. I never even heard of the elevator game.
There's so many. It's kind of like one of the Bloody Mary thing that they do. It's kind of like that. Like just these creepy games that people like to play with
mind.
Supernatural and all that.
Right.
I believe in it though.
Yeah.
Derek was telling me last time on the show that he has sleep paralysis. Have you ever? Yes. What sleep? Like where you're just like asleep. No, you can't move, and you like it's like you're asleep, but your body's asleep, but your mind's awake. That's terrifying to me. That's the devil. We need Jesus.
The devil. What? That is has to be the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
I would freak out.
I feel like I have watched so many videos on it. I would be so terrified if something like that happened to me. There was, I'm not gonna keep going with my stories. So the one of the other stories that I had heard, did I tell you about the man that like was from Canada and bought all those tickets? And I didn't tell you about that?
Oh, he was, and he ended up being dead.
Yeah.
Like he was.
Okay, so here's the story.
He was like, I remember. I remember.
So this man, he worked in Canada, and he was just like a completely normal guy. He worked like a good job. He didn't really have that many friends or family, but he did have like a couple close friends, and so it didn't happen. He didn't have like a big family or like a bunch of close friends, but he did have this one close friend, and one day he just lost his mind, and he started selling all his stuff, getting as much money as he could, which wasn't much. He went and requested his last paycheck, quit his job, like all this and that, got I think about $10,000 and then a bunch of jewelry that he had. And he went to his friend, she was a woman, she had a kid and everything, and he was like, I need you to sneak me across the border into the USA because somebody's trying to kill me. And she was like, no, I can't do that because, you know, I have a kid. If we get caught, I'm going to jail. You know, like, it's just not going to work out for me. So he just kept trying and trying and trying that whole day to get across the border. And he finally did. And when he got across the border, he bought a plane ticket to, he bought a plane ticket to Germany and a plane ticket to some other country. But he didn't go on the flights. He spent thousands of dollars on these flights. He did not go on the flights. He ended up driving somewhere across west, and then bought a flight immediately after he got there, bought a flight to go back to Washington, D.C. or Nashville or somewhere over on the east. And immediately as soon as he landed, he got a rental and started driving back to the west. So he's just bouncing all around the country, spending so much money, like blowing his money that he had all the money he had left for his life. And he gets in this rental, and he's driving across the country, and he stops at this gas station, and he goes into the gas station. And when he comes back out of the gas station, his car is locked. And the key that he has is no longer the key to the car, which that kind of blows my mind. That doesn't really make that much sense to me. And he goes back in and he tells the person, like, hey, I must have dropped my key. I don't have the right key for my car. I don't know what to do. And it turns out that the key that he had was a different rental from the rental place, and that it didn't go to the car that he had at all, and he didn't have the key to the car.
Wait, so was he already in the...
He was already driving the car. Yeah. So I don't know how that adds up whatsoever, but that's the story. And so he decides he obviously can't move until the morning whenever somebody can come and fix the situation, because it was late in the evening. So he goes to this hotel that was across the street, and he goes in, he pays cash for like this really nice room at the hotel. He didn't bargain rates or anything like we would if we were going on a trip. And then he never goes up to his room. He just sits in the lobby, doesn't go to his room whatsoever. He's just chilling in the lobby. And the people that were working the desk at the hotel were like, well, they were like telling their witness statements or whatever, and they were like, well, he just kept walking in and out of the door. He was looking around like he was looking for somebody that wasn't coming, and so he ends up leaving, never goes up to his room. He ends up leaving and not coming back. This whole time, like, he's been on the run. He's been telling everybody, like, someone's out to get me, someone's coming for me, you know, this and that. And the thing was,
so scary.
The thing was, he was a decent person. Like, he didn't have history with selling drugs or being in, like, you know, in anything that somebody would go this length to kill him. Well, I want to say a few hours later or the next morning, they found his dead body about a mile or two away from the hotel, beaten. He had been beaten to death. And they had to, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure they said that he was beaten so badly they had to use his dental records to identify him because he was just beaten. But, and then another thing is that when they found his dead body, they found all his money and his jewelry around him. The people that killed him didn't take it, which is even more mind-blowing. Like, if you were to do something like that, you would hit a little come up on, like, what they had on them, but they didn't. So
that is so weird. That is scary. That's creepy. I just got like chills.
That's so crazy. Like, he's just living his life normal.
And the fact that he did all of that and they still end up finding him, like somebody, like they were.
That kind of makes my stomach hurt a little bit. Like, people are crazy. Like Claudia.
Oh, we watched a great movie last night on Netflix.
Movie. What was it called? True to the Game?
True to the Game.
Yeah, it was a little love story. I don't want to ruin it for anybody if you want to watch it. It's a really good movie. If you guys like just need a little like break in between your study time, because we study all day here at Rio. We care about our grades a lot.
Look at me yarning.
Because we were up late doing homework.
Really?
But yeah, in between our little like homework breaks yesterday, we watched that movie. It was so good. I definitely recommend it. We were bawling our eyes out.
I was crying so hard.
Marissa finished it before I did because I had to go to work. And then when I came back, she was like, oh, you got to finish it. And I was thinking it was going to be like really good, funny, like it had been No, it was so sad, and I was crying. I was like, why would you tell me to watch this? I was feeling some type of way.
That's a great movie. We need to rate that.
I would give it an 8.
Yeah, like on Netflix, like with the stars, like rated. Cause that's how I usually watch movies, to see like their ratings. Like if it's like 5, 4 stars, I'm like, oh well, it must be good.
Yeah, we need to do that more. How it works? We'll do it tomorrow. All day tomorrow, just movie marathon. Watch all those good movies that we haven't seen. Cause I never have time for movies.
Either.
Okay, whenever you think about like your favorite movie, what's the first movie that comes to mind?
ATL.
I've seen a little bit of that, but not enough.
I can script that movie. I can play everybody's script word from word. Everybody's. I love that movie.
I can't
ATL.
watch it with you then, because you're gonna be, we're gonna be watching it. You're gonna be like, right on top of it.
No, what Lauren Lane did and T.I. I love that movie.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it.
I love that movie. That's my favorite movie. Like whenever that's on, like everybody calls on. My family's like, "Hey, what you doing? Like,
what you doing? Like, you about to go watch it?"
Yes, ATL's on TV. That's my movie.
Did you ever see Baby Driver?
Baby Driver? I think about Boss Baby. I think.
This was not Boss Baby. It was the one that had dude from Fault in Our Stars, and he was like, you don't remember? Oh my gosh, it was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. We have to watch it.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
It's so good.
I've seen a lot of movies with Baby in it, but I don't know if I've seen Baby Driver.
It sounds goofy, but it's really not. It has such a deep meaning to that movie. And
okay, that's what I was thinking. It was a little goofy movie. I didn't see it.
No, it's about like the same stuff that the show yesterday was about. Like they rob banks. They do this and that. It's crazy, and he's like the getaway driver for them.
Baby Driver.
Yeah, he's the getaway driver, but he falls in love, and then what happened to a girl last night happens to his girl, and it's like,
aww, we have to watch it.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Driver.
What's your favorite childhood movie?
I had the Ronald McDonald movies.
I've never seen those.
The movies, like, he has a whole cast. I don't know if you even knew. He has a cast. Like, it's not just Ronald McDonald. Like, oh my goodness.
Those freak me out. Those characters and stuff, I would never watch it. They freak me out.
And that's what my grandma...
Like Teletubbies.
My nana...
Teletubbies. Teletubbies are like 7, 8 feet in real life. Like, if you were on set, oh, nope.
No, my grandma told me, like, she was like, yeah, like, you used to be scared of it. Like, you used to sit there and watch it, but you used to cry. Like, I used to be so scared.
E.T. used to be really scary, too.
My mom didn't even watch that as a kid. I used to watch it, like, in middle school.
Mom was obsessed with E.T., and she had the little, like, figurines in our china cabinet. I would cry. I literally remember being... I thought you were being excited, but you was yawning. I remember being a kid and going into the kitchen. I remember being a kid and going into the kitchen and seeing the little E.T. thing and just crying. I need to put my chair down a little bit.
Yeah, we need to.
I was just looking up.
You gotta wake up.
Good morning.
It's class after this.
It's already almost 10 though.
Yeah, the class at 10.
It's almost 10? The show's almost done. Oh no. I still have more stories for you guys. Let's think. Have you? Oh, the one I just made.
Boom.
I just made Sid watch this one the other day because, like, when I'm driving in the car, sometimes if I'm by myself, like, it was when I was going to Cleveland to get you because we were driving to Panama. But anyway, so.
Wait, speaking of that, when we were driving, I'm late. We're coming back from Panama. We're pushing hours. We're like 12, 11 hours in deep. And I'm just over there asleep. Like, we took turns driving, so I'm like deep sleep now.
Yeah, and like I'll watch, not watch, but I'll listen to my Netflix. I'll listen to my Netflix shows like on my speaker, and my car speaker's very loud.
And she had it on maximum volume, and I'm asleep.
I had to stay awake.
I'm asleep, and like the scene is like we're on the freeway now. Like it's late hours. Like it's 14 hours to get there. Yes, and it's a scene where it's like the truck, sirens, horns, like
something's going wrong.
Like it's just all type of noises, and I'm asleep, like in a deep sleep, and like the speaker.
Wait, let's reenact it. Okay, so I'm driving, right? And then like here comes the sirens. It's like whoa, like
yeah, what are you doing? Yeah,
I was like this. I was like. It's the show.
I was like, yeah. He was like, it's just my show. I was like, but you're trying to kill us.
She was up in 0.2 seconds to grab the wheel and save our
When
lives.
my heart was like this because I'm like, oh, like it's late. I know we're sleepy. Like she might have like
fallen asleep.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like you should have heard all the noise that was in the scene at the moment. Like the trucks, the horns, the scream. It was all type of everything. And like my first instinct was I just woke up and just like
grabbed the wheel like both hands.
I'm just like, Eva. She's like. what? Like, I grabbed the wheel. She's still on it. She's like, what? I was like, what? Everything is good. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? She was like, it's just my TV show. I was like, you need to turn that down because...
no, really, though. I forget what I was even about to say before that. I was about to tell the story.
Like last theory.
Yeah, I was about to tell the story that me and Sid were listening to whenever we were driving to Cleveland.
What?
Derek just got in to join, but he's not on camera yet. We're getting him set up, so in just one second, we'll come back and we'll finish the story. Oh, you could go ahead in with. Let me wait till the camera's on him. Getting everything together. Little break.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. Oh, we
How you guys doing?
Just ourselves.
You scoot that way.
Well.
We're so professional here.
They're like, is this show? Do they need to upload this show?
This is so much better. Oh, we're
yeah,
still live.
I knew I was too close or something.
I know, I was looking. So, Derek.
How you guys doing?
We're
Good
great.
morning.
We've been having great conversations.
That's good.
Yeah.
What you guys talking about?
We talked about our conspiracy theories. We talked about good movies. We just watched True to the Game last night. That was a really good movie.
That was a good movie.
You seen it?
No.
It's so good. We laughed. We cried.
We did all
No,
that.
it was a really good movie.
How's the weather today? The weather's good. Everything's good.
Everything's good. We talked about it all. We got it all covered. We're good.
Okay. I hope you guys have a good morning. Welcome. I'm a little late today, but I'm here. Always show up.
So do you
Better
have the
late
word
than
of the day
never.
ready?
Well, today's word of the day. Well, let's see.
Late.
Huh?
Late. Tardy.
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 Yeah, today's word of the day is tardy, which means late. I think it's appropriate for today, but
Use it in a sentence.
do not be tardy today for class. We'll do that today.
So, we've been just talking about like our little murder mystery stories and everything. Do you have any conspiracies or murder mysteries?
Well, who's the one that got shot in the back of the head? The president? That was Lincoln, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Kennedy.
Wait, no, Lincoln got shot in the booth though.
No.
Or in the
yeah.
theater. What were you talking about?
Yeah, Lincoln got shot in the theater. Who
Yeah,
got
you were talking about Sassy. You were talking about JFK.
JFK?
I
Oh,
got shot in the head. I got shot in the head. They were in the car.
so you just talking about murder mysteries? I think Tupac and Biggie is still an unsolved
Aren't
murder
they
mystery.
coming out with? They're working on that. I've seen
Yeah.
headlines for that everywhere.
I mean, do you guys think they're really dead? No.
I think
Our
they're
producer
really dead.
says no.
I think they're really dead, but they're dead. I think.
I've heard rumors
They're
about
dead.
Michael Jackson not being dead. Like I saw this picture that somebody had taken from like his old estate of him sitting in his living room, or a lookalike of him, like might have been a family member or something. But they were like, look, like he's still alive, this and that. Same with Elvis Presley.
I don't
He's
think
dead.
Tupac died that night. I think there's something else to it.
I don't think he died that night.
Yeah,
but I
he
think
could be
he's
dead
though.
now,
Yeah,
but-
I think he's dead now. I don't know if like how I don't.
He
know
could
if
have
I
died of a
believe,
heart
though.
attack in like Cuba or something, but
Tupac was
I don't
beautiful.
think he got shot
Fine.
that night.
Fine.
Yeah,
That was
I
their
don't-
scapegoat.
It's all type of. We can go on for days about this.
Oh, I was telling a story. Right, I was telling a story before you got in here about let me scoop. Am I little? So anyway, I was telling a story. There was this kid, long story short, because it's a really long story. There was this kid. He was a troublesome kid, and his parents didn't like him, and he just like caused all kinds of issues. He like was just a bad little kid, and he had a bunch of
My
like
brother. You know what?
he had a bunch of like self-induced tattoos all over him, this and that, and he was 13-ish. So he had court on the next day that this all started, but the day before that he went missing. And he had called his mom and his brother for a ride home from like the basketball courts, but they didn't come get him, and he just went missing. They said he never came home.
Aww.
So they were, a little bit stressed out, this and that, and bless you. They were a little bit stressed.
Blush.
They were a little bit stressed out, this and that, and he just never comes home. It's like 4 years later, and the
Bless
police.
How old was he?
13. Darren. He was like 13 years old, and he goes missing. And so 4 years later, after like the police search had ended, the family had recovered from their loss or whatever, they get a call from Spain saying that they had found their son. And of course, it was like, oh my gosh, great, you found
They
our
were in
son.
America, right?
Yeah, they were in America. So they fly the sister over to meet who's now like 17-ish, to meet him, and he looks different, of course, but they don't really think much of it, so they're like welcoming him back in. Everybody except the brother doesn't welcomes him back in. The brother's kind of like, what? Like, this is weird.
It's not.
And he tells
I watched
him,
a movie like this.
And so, like, whenever he comes in, his brother looks him in his eyes and he's like, good luck. And then he just leaves. Like, he never talks to him. But, like, that's a weird thing to say. So, fast forward, he ends up going through and doing, like, these talk shows, these, you know, this and that, putting his story out there about what had happened to him. His claim was that he had gotten kidnapped and he had been, like, sexually assaulted whenever he was in Spain. But he was so traumatized from it that he didn't remember his life before he had got kidnapped. So that kind of makes sense, and he had been going on all these shows talking about it. So he comes, he's somewhere down in Texas doing a show or something, and the caseworkers that had brought him to America call the mom, and they were like, hey, that's not your son. And she was like,
I knew it.
She was like, yeah, it is. And they were like, that's not your son. We demand a DNA test. The mom refused to do a DNA test, and the son refused to do a DNA test. Neither of them would do it, and they couldn't figure out why. So they end up getting a warrant. They end up getting the DNA test. They find out it's not him. It turns out that this man was actually, like, grown. He was like 25 years old, just disguising himself as a child. And he was a impersonator. He was a child impersonator. And he had been doing this his whole life because he didn't like his home life when he was a kid. So he just decided to act like missing children and go into people's homes and act like they're missing child.
That reminds me of that movie Orphan that came out.
Yeah.
It is another movie just like that.
But wait, there's a twist. So
I'm like this all the time.
So whenever they find this out, they start wondering what happened to the real son. They find out that the mother and brother murdered the kid that day when he was 13 years old. So can you imagine you kill your son, and then 4 years later you get a call that he was found? So the mom knew the whole time that this was not her son, but she had to act like it to cover up her crime. He knew that he wasn't the son, but he had to act like it to fit in with the family. And they had a bond, too, like the mom and son. They lived together for like a year or two after that. Like, what? That's crazy.
No, I seen a movie called
so
Gone. I think it's a movie called Gone. I don't know what is it called exactly, but it was just like that. The boy went missing.
It was probably based off of that.
Yeah, it had to be because it was just like this. The mom killed him, everything. They came back, and the brother knew it wasn't him. Like, the brother just knew something was weird. Like, and he was always talking to his sister, like, I don't know, this is not our brother. Like, he had been missing for years, and like nobody. But come to find out, the mother and his sister had killed the son. Mother and his sister. I don't know if it was the father and the sister, or the mother and the sister. I don't remember. But it was just like what you said. And he ended up coming back. Well, like, they ended up finding him, and everybody's just like, this is not right. Like, we know this is not our brother. It had been years and stuff saying, like, didn't know, like, this could have been him. He changed.
It turned out just like that?
It just like that.
It had to be based off of that.
Just like
Those be the scariest movies. The ones that
just
based
like
on,
that.
yeah.
I'll be watching a movie,
and I'm based on true story. I'm like,
cuddle up next to it, like, oh, scared.
right.
What happened last night that was real scary? Oh, we couldn't sleep, and so I went out to get something, and I walked back in my room, and I lay in bed, and we just hear the door smack against the wall. I was like, I swear I closed it.
Okay.
Really?
I just didn't
Just
shut it all the
calm down. I
way.
just didn't shut it all the way. Scary
You
things
go over
always
there and shut
happen.
it.
I'm not getting up out of bed. I remember that
So
one.
you think ghosts are real?
Ghosts are real? Yeah.
Yeah. So you think a ghost shut your door yesterday?
No.
There's ghosts that follow me around, I swear. But they're good ghosts.
Oh, Holy Ghost. Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I got the blood of Jesus on me. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, we were talking about that the other day, the ghosts. I believe in it too much, though.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that.
I think it's some truth to it.
Yeah, those spirits and stuff, all that's real. Them spirits and stuff is real. Like,
Well, that's
real.
So that's a conversation for another day. It looks like we're out of time, but thank you guys so much for watching. Catch us next Tuesday at 9:30 or re-upload on YouTube, everything. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful Thursday, everybody.
And have a great weekend.
Bye.